Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where we do everything COLTS way. I've had a bunch of people ask me this. I struggle with it. When I first got my diesel too, I wanted to delete it. And everybody asked, did I delete it? Is my truck deleted? Yes, I deleted it. It's been deleted for probably 30-some thousand miles. I've had absolutely no problems with it whatsoever. But what I want to talk about today is something that it kind of rubs me the wrong way, or not really wrong way, just there's different ways you can do it, okay? And I'm just a good old boy. I'm trying to save people money. I don't want to pay somebody $1,500, $1,200, $1,000 to do something I can do myself in 3 to 5, 4 hours, okay? Some people, they don't want the headache, they want to do it, but I'm here to tell you that there's an option that anybody can do it, and you can do it cost effective. I'm gonna go over what I got. Okay, most people get the Easy Link. Okay, it's cool. It's cloud-based. You can see it on your phone. Like, that's awesome. That is. I got an Engage. Okay. When I bought mine, I bought with 4 tunes. I had a 40 horsepower heavy tow tune, 80 horsepower light tow, 125 economy, and then some 220 crazy tune that I've never used and I'll never put my truck on ever. When I first got my truck, I drove in the 125 the most, but it was a little dirty for me. I don't feel like I want to draw attention to myself and be rolling coal. That's not why I deleted my truck. I deleted it for longevity and reliability, and the fuel mileage is definitely a plus. So what I have my truck running on now is the Engage. It's always been on the Engage. The tune I'm running is a 40 horsepower heavy tow tune. Okay, I like that, the way that tune shifts the best. I feel like 40 horsepower is it had plenty of horsepower and torque from the factory, and this is all I'll ever need. I'm not trying to drag race Corvettes and shit. I want a nice reliable truck that if I want to get on it, I can go. I can still stomp on it and squall the tires, whatever gear, it don't matter. If I'm going 30, I can hit it, turn traction control off, and I'm gonna bust them 37s over. So I'm running Engage. I have 40 horsepower tune on right now. The way I first did mine, I got a 4-inch straight pipe all the way from the front all the way back. 4-inch, no muffler, straight out the back. But it wasn't loud, but it was just, my grandfather and my dad, we go to Wyoming. We've been twice. We're going to try to go every year, every other year. And I know it would have got on his nerves. And if I'm creeping around the hunting lease or whatever I want to do, I don't want to draw no attention to myself. I want to sneak up on something. So what I did is I took the 4-inch straight pipe, I took it off, and I bought a race pipe. So I bought a 4-inch race pipe with a muffler. So everything's exactly the same, but I keep my factory tip. So another thing, it's a little bit less likely to catch attention, draw eyes or whatever. I got my factory tip, a 4-inch race pipe, and a muffler. By far the cheapest way to go. Race pipe, 4.5, 5-inch, whatever. It bolts to your factory tip, and you can have with the muffler or without. I put a muffler on there. And I also want to reiterate this. People think they have to, you have to put the block off plates on the EGR. You don't have to do that. I'm going to show you how to do it on a 17, 18, or 19 Power Stroke, how to unplug the EGR. You know, I'm not the most mechanically inclined. I didn't want to get into something that I didn't know what I was doing, going to break a stud off in the engine or something like that. So I went the unplugging route. I do have block off plates. I bought these block off plates. I have them right here. I've never used them. Okay, you don't have to use them. People will tell you need to use them, and they're going to charge you all this money to delete your shit and use them. If you want to use them, that's great. I went to a diesel shop before I did it all myself, and I got a quote, and I asked him what he would do. He said, you know, most of the newer body style 17 and up Super Duties, all we do is unplug them. The tune manually closes it where it can't open back up. So he said, unless you're running like huge, crazy horsepower tunes, it ain't worth it. He was going to charge me $200 some to do it. So I've had that sitting there for a year and a half. All I did was unplug my EGR. What I'm going to do now is a cold start. I say it's cold start. I'm sweating out here. It's 90 something in Louisiana right now in the heat. But I ain't started my truck in probably 24 hours. I take a company vehicle back and forth to the house, So I'm gonna start this up right now and let y'all hear what it sounds like with a 4-inch race pipe and a muffler. It's nice. It ain't loud. It ain't over exaggerating. You still get the whistle. You don't get much of the cab drone. I'm gonna go into the truck and hit the gas a little bit, and I'll be right back. It might be kind of loud on this, but it ain't loud in real life. It quietens it up a good bit. Sorry if I smoked you out. It's one thing I don't really like about it, and I hardly ever make it do that because I'm not about that. But I'm gonna get under the truck right now and show you step by step what you need to do. Right here, I just want to show you real quick that I do have, here it is right here. It's my factory exhaust. I keep it right here, okay? It's in here. If I ever want to go back to stock, I'll slap that exhaust on, plug my EGR back in. I don't have to worry about taking the block off plates. I don't even know if you can do that. I'm gonna slap that exhaust back on, plug the EGR back in, and freaking trade it in, whatever I gotta do, okay? I'm all about simplicity, and there's nothing wrong with the way that I've done it right here. What I did, I'm gonna crawl up under the ground with y'all because I don't. Okay, all right. Get a little bit closer down here. Okay. First thing you're gonna want to do is get under your truck, find the exhaust. Okay, this is there's my muffler right there. That's where it bolts to my factory tip down there. Okay, you're gonna get under your truck, and there's gonna be plugs. All these plugs right here are gonna be connected to your exhaust. There's another one right there, okay? They're all connected to the exhaust. I can't remember how many there is. There's a good bit. That might be another one right there. So as you can see, some of mine have these extra plugs right here. I bought a Dpf Dummy Plug Kit. So when you unplug it, of course, all these plugs are going to be exposed to the elements. So I bought a Dpf Dummy Plug Kit and plugged them all up so water and stuff can't get in them. It was like $100. It was kind of expensive, but it's one less thing I ever got to worry about if I need to go back to stock. And these plugs run all the way down. There's one on the other side. They go all the way down. Okay, it's very simple to see what plugs hook up to the exhaust. If you're taking the exhaust off and it has a plug on it, take it off. That's all. It's simple. And then all you got to do is start unbolting the exhaust. I did it with one person. I did it by myself. Never had any experience in my life. That exhaust that you take off is going to be over 100 pounds. It's heavy. So what I did, I got a ratchet strap, okay? And I hooked the ratchet strap here, and I hooked it onto the other frame rail over there and sucked it up to where my exhaust was and held this end right here, okay? And then I unbolted that end and laid it down with my hand. I can hold it on an end by my hand, but I couldn't hold the whole thing up at one time. So I undid that one, let it to the ground, come over here on the ratchet strap, let off on the strap, brought it down. Then you can move it. But if you don't have somebody helping you, put a ratchet strap under it and hold one side of it. You know, just something. If I had to do it again, I'd probably have some help. But if you don't have help, you can do it yourself. There ain't nothing to it. Now we'll go into my truck right here. This is my tuner right here. Okay. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna crank the truck. right here, it's going to tell me everything that I need to know. Okay, the only light I have on my dash is the TPMS light, and I just ain't changed it yet. Ain't nothing to that. So right here, you can change this, customize this screen to whatever you want. If I want to change tunes, it's just like any other tuner. I just turn the key, go to it, pick what tune I want, and follow the directions on it. So now I need to get under the hood and show you what you need to unplug to be able to do this. Now this is what I did step by step. The first thing I did was take my exhaust apart. Took my exhaust apart. The second step, what I did, I found all the plugs in the EGR and unplugged what I needed to. Okay? So let's get up here and show you. Passenger side. I got a train coming, so I'm gonna pause this and wait till this sucker's gone because you ain't gonna hear nothing. All right, so the train's gone. Let's go over this now. What you need to do is go, first thing, the two easiest are gonna be on your passenger side. There's 3 plugs you need to unplug. Let me climb up on here. Okay, getting old. Okay, you see this plug right here, how it's got this insert in it? That's part of my dummy plug kit. So this plug and this plug. Right here, intake, right to the right of that, there's going to be this little orange plug right here is a dummy plug to cover it. This plug right here, plugged in right there, okay? This plug right here, plugged in right there. I got a dummy plug covering them both, just keep dirt, grime, and everything else. These two are plugged off the same. So passenger side, to the right of the intake, right here's one, right there's the other. Now the one that's going to be a pain, at least it was for me, is right here. So I've got this one zip tied up here out of the way. It's dummy plugged. And you see this orange cap right there? That's another dummy plug. You've got to get in there. It's hard. It took me about 10 minutes. You got to get in here with your hand or whatever and unplug that. So let me zoom out. This plug right here plugs in right there, okay? You'll see it. And that's it, okay? Instead of having to take all that off and put the block off plates on, all you got to do is unplug those 3 plugs. Unplug them. That's it. That's all I did. I've got buddies that did the same thing, and we still rolling. So people will try to charge. I'm just here for the good old boy like me that just wants to save some money and not have to get bullshit around, you know? If I can save $1,000, I'm gonna do it. So the whole delete cost me like $1,700, and it was only that much because at first I bought a 4-inch straight pipe all the way out the back. And if I'd have just bought the 4-inch race pipe with the muffler, it would have been cheaper than buying the whole 4-inch out because you don't have to get the back tip part. So I could have probably done it for like $1,500, $1,600. That's cheap. You go somewhere that you're going to charge you $3 grand. You don't have to spend $3 grand. You can do it for $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, depending on what kind of programmer you get. Call a buddy over to the house and have it done in 6 or 7 bush lattes. You know, just you and your buddy having fun, drinking a beer, doing American shit. So if you got any questions, I'm not no diesel mechanic. I don't know nothing about diesel mechanicing. I just know how to delete it, how I did mine. I'm not telling you to go do it yourself either. All I'm saying is there's an option. You don't have to have block off plates. Literally all you can do is get under the truck, unbolt the exhaust, get under the hood, unplug the EGR, plug your tuner into your OSB port, turn your key on, don't start the truck, and look at your damn tuner screen. It's going to tell you everything you got to do after that. That's it, okay? That ain't worth $1,500. So, all right, let's take a little ride, let y'all hear what it sounds like in the cab and everything like that. Look, before we get started, I've been trying to grow this channel for a while. I appreciate all y'all, all the comments, the likes, my subscribers. You know, it ain't that many. It's been a thing I've heavily on my mind. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. And if you haven't yet, you know, please smash that like button, comment, subscribe. If you got any ideas for some future videos, just let me know. I'm just a good old boy who wants to help people. And you know, I drive a XLT Super Duty with cloth seats. I ain't trying to get out there and show everybody what I got. I just You know, I'm trying to do this to help people, and you know, just things I wish I'd have known. But that being said, if you subscribed already, if you will, I appreciate it, man. It means the world to me. But let's go. So I don't know if y'all can hear it even really or not, but we'll get on the interstate real quick and I'll let y'all hear what it sounds like. See if I open the window, baby. Probably heard that. But when you do delete it, it's gonna be it's just so fun to drive. You know, people will say that, oh, my gas mileage, your gas mileage ain't gonna get no better. Well, real shit right here. I got 37 1350 20s. My wife, we just got married in December. She lived an hour away from me. I get on I-20 and go 1 hour. It was pretty much all interstate. If I go 68 on my speedometer, I'm really going 75. So I would put my truck on cruise at 68 and roll to her house. I did it for a year straight. Every other weekend we traded shifts or whatnot. And I get like, by the time I get there after I did the regen, because it's gonna regen every time, I'd get about like 15.4 to 6 miles a gallon. I freaking deleted it. If I put it on cruise at 68, I'm going 75. I get like 19.2 to 19 to 19.4, depends on the wind. And that ain't just one time. Oh, you had a headwind. No wonder you had good mileage. It was for a year straight. I gained a significant amount of miles per gallon when I deleted it. I'm not saying everybody will. We're on 20 right now. I'm going 70 right now, so I'm really going 77. You probably hear my tires more than you hear the exhaust. There's nothing to it. So let me make sure that ain't a cop. Yeah, I'm gonna stomp on it real quick, see if you can hear anything. Hardly nothing. It ain't bad. It doesn't get on your nerves. There's no cab drone, nothing like that. I'll go find some bridges to set up next to. I'll put my GoPro or my phone on a tripod next to a bridge, and I'll go by it and get on it and let you hear it. But I'm not into like stomping on my truck all the time. I drive it like I did before it was deleted. I just deleted it so I can have the reliability, the peace of mind to know that I'm not going to be on the side of the road for a damn O2 sensor or some dumb shit that the government wants to try to regulate something else on me. It's bad enough they want us to wear masks. That's another damn story. But I'm going to turn this camera off real quick. Oh, about the miles per gallon. I mean, I'm not saying everybody's going to get that. That's what I get. I did get a little bit better miles per gallon when I was on the 125 horsepower tune. They say the higher tune you get, the better mileage you get. But I'd rather lose a little bit and not have 220 extra horses trying to bust through my transmission than anything else. You know, this is perfectly reliable, perfectly safe. It doesn't overdo nothing, and I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna get off the interstate real quick, and I got one more question people ask me about. They asked me when you put bigger tires on, did you calibrate your speedometer? Hell no. I'm gonna tell you why. You can do it with Forescan, or you can do it with the Hypertech programmer, okay? But real talk here. Every mile that I actually go, my odometer only registers 0.9, okay? Let's do the math. You do 100 miles, your odometer is gonna register 90, okay? I'm gonna keep this truck a long damn time. If I was to trade it in around 100,000, whatever, I'd have 90,000 miles on it. I would actually have 100,000 miles on the truck, but my odometer is going to read 90. You know, this a little extra for you. Okay, it's only $10,000. Well, that makes a good big difference when it comes to resale and stuff like that. If you're going to get rid of it earlier, if you're going to get rid of it 200,000-300,000 miles, it don't really matter. Okay, but if you're too stupid to know that you're going 77 when your speedometer says 70, well, I don't know what to tell you. You probably don't need to delete your truck anyway, because you're going to mess it up. But anyway, that's just my rant for the day. No, I did not change. I did not change the speedometer because I got 40,000 miles on my truck, and I really probably got. I deleted it at 30, so I probably got 43,000 miles total. But it only reads 40,209. So you multiply that when you get to 100,000, you're going to be reading 90,000. Anyway, I'm gonna get off, go to the country somewhere where there ain't no cars. I'll find me a bridge, and I'll let you hear a little snapshot of what it sounds like when I get on it if you're passing the bridge, because that's when I roll the windows down. I like to hear it anyway. But peace. so I'm back at the house. I just want to recap the video real quick. The steps that you would take, or that I took. I'm no mechanic. This advice is not something you should take or whatever. Just you know. Push. Anyway, okay. First thing I did. This is me. I took my factory exhaust off. The DPF, took it off. I then bolted the new exhaust in place. You got to unplug everything off the old one, zip tie all the ties up, get it out of the way, weatherproof it with dummy plugs or a plastic bag and some dielectric grease, and zip tie it, get them out of the way. Once the factory exhaust is off, bolt your new exhaust back up. When that's done, go to the engine, unplug the EGR, the 3 plugs I showed you, 2 on the passenger side, 1 kind of middle of the driver, like to the right where the driver would, kind of in the middle of the engine bay, just to the left a little bit. It's 3 plugs. After that, go to get your tuner, whatever one you choose, Easy Link, Engage, BDX, whatever. Plug it in your OBD, whatever that port is down, I think it's called OBD2 port or something like that. Plug it in that port. Turn your key on, don't start the truck. The tuner will get power, it'll light up. You'll be reading it and it'll tell you everything to do after that. It's that simple. Now, if some of y'all don't want to have to spend 3-4 hours doing something, well, don't worry about it, you know, pay the money. But I'm just trying to help anybody that don't want to pay the money and is halfway mechanically inclined. You can do it yourself. But once again, guys, I really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, trying to grow the channel. If you got any other questions, just put them in the comment section down here. I read, I write back and forth to everybody, man. I like this. This is something I enjoy. I want to grow this channel. So please like and subscribe, and God bless y'all. Take care.